Hey, lovely people of YouTube. As always, I hope everyone is having a wonderful, 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 wonderful day. So today is going to be a really weird one. Kind of out there, but I've discussed this in the past, my Get to Know Me tag, my intro, that I'm going to graduate school for social work, and I want to work in the mental health field, in mental health clinics, so working with people with mental disabilities like Down syndrome and autism, and also with people with mental illness, depression, anxiety, schizophrenia. So I just want to say before I go into any more detail, I recognize that with my aesthetic and the things that I'm interested in, you wouldn't really expect for me to be, a, you know, going after such a career. I love when I can't find words. It just makes me sound really smart. You guys should totally trust me with everything I'm saying. I'm just kidding. Please do. So I know that it can be kind of strange and confusing to people that someone I don't know. I mean, I don't really consider myself extreme alternative, but some people might have piercings and tattoos and the way I do my makeup and the way I dress, etc., etc. So I know that people may not understand, well, why would you choose social work? Like, isn't it kind of a cliche that most alternative people don't like working with people, don't like being around people? Totally false. Not true at all. Your interests and the things that you love have nothing to do with your personality. I mean, to a certain extent, they do. Like, obviously, I'm not super, super bubbly. I can be, but that involves a lot of coffee usually, and what I'm saying, yeah. I mean, my interests and my career choice have nothing to do with each other. I just genuinely care about people. So I just kind of want to clear that up for people who are probably thinking that. Oh, wow, that's a random career. Most people choose art and makeup, same thing, film, writing, etc. So the arts are very common in the alternative subculture, and I did not fall into that. I fell into the social sciences and social services. That's just how it is. I'm not apologizing for it, but I am just kind of explaining it because it can be kind of confusing to people. So yeah, and it's been confusing to me. I've sort of had an inner conflict with it. Just, what does that mean? Does that mean I'm not alternative enough? Does that mean blah, blah, blah? And I've well past those things, but I just kind of want to explain it to you guys. I read this statistic the other day on the National Alliance of Mental Illness, for mental illness, and they have a lot of really crazy statistics on there, but one that really stuck out to me is that 1 in 25 people, which is really crazy to me, that's, wow. 1 in 25 people suffers from mental illness that prevents them from engaging in daily life activities. So work, school, family or friend relationships, loving relationships, romantic relationships. That really makes me really sad. I mean, we all know that feeling of not wanting to get out of bed. When you do get out of bed, not wanting to put on your makeup, not wanting to get ready, and just overall and generally not wanting to do whatever you have to do that day. And that's painful, but imagine not being able to go to work and go to school. And some of you may be able to imagine that because some of you actually experience that every day. I'm just reaching out to those of you who are struggling, or people who want to understand someone who is struggling better with mental illness. And I really want to make this more about mental health. So the following series of this mental health thing are going to be about just kind of mental health tips and tricks from a girl who's just trying to get through this world too, and just things that work for me. So I really just want to introduce this to you guys. I recognize that not everybody is going to love this, and this isn't going to be everyone's favorite thing. And that's okay, but just remember, like, there's something for everybody on this channel. It will not just be mental health in its entirety. It really won't. That will not take up my podcast. What the hell? My YouTube channel will not just be mental health, or lectures. And this is no way meant to be a lecture at all. This is just a how-to on life from somebody who's living it too. So, I tried to record this video a few times this week. And sad to say that this week was really rough. Speaking of not being able to get out of bed and not wanting to get out of bed and go to work, this has been really, really hard a week for me. Really depressed, really stressed out. I have graduate school starting, and for those of you who either know or don't know, graduate school is really freaking hard and difficult, and it's a huge journey that, you know, people are like lucky to survive it, they say, and that scares me. And it's also a situation in which I'll be like financially strapped even more than I already am as a young person living in California. So it's been a hard week for me, and today is actually a day where I feel really good. And I didn't want to record this video when I was feeling crappy because I feel like that would be doing you guys a disservice, and that is not at all what I want to do. Just to get a video out, or to, I don't know. The point of the video isn't to vent about myself or to show how sad I was. The video series is meant to help people. And with the career that I'm choosing, I really want to get a start on this. And if I can start, helping people before I even get into school, that would be lovely. I'm only going to be more helpful and more knowledgeable about these topics the further I get into school, so I'm really excited to be vlogging about this stuff and learning it in the classroom. I'm also doing an internship where I'm counseling with elementary school kids, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to fill you guys in on everything that I'm learning and have it be a use to you guys, because there's two things in this world, probably more, but two things in this world that make me sad immediately when I think about them and can make me cry just by thinking of them, and that's animals suffering and people suffering. When I imagine the person who can't get out of bed and who looks in the mirror and hates themselves, or, etc., etc., my heart has physical pain.